Professional golfers know these venues as sacred. U.S. Opens, Masters, and PGA Championships are held on these hallowed grounds. Close your eyes and come with me on a visit to the real places where golf is played, and meet the men who are chasing the dream to one day walk these magic carpets. Welcome to Pearland, Texas, a suburb of Houston. This week, the NGA Hooters Tour is at the Gulf Crest Country Club for its Honing Open, with $200,000 in prize money and $30,000 going to the winner. The Hooters Tour has been around for over 20 years and has become the absolute starting point for professional golfers aspiring to play one day on the PGA Tour. Major championship winners have honed their game on the Hooters Tour. Stuart Sink, John Daly, and Jim Furyk are just a handful who paid their dues here. Prize money on the Hooters Tour isn't great, barely enough when a player makes the cut to cover expenses. Place in the top 10 and you're making money. The players pay an entry fee and cover all their own expenses. They travel in cars, share hotel rooms with spouses, caddies, and other players on the tour. This stifling hot July weekend, we will introduce you to 3 pros who are the soul of the Hooters Tour.
Nick Rousey, Pensacola, Florida.
Nick Rousey is a true veteran of the Hooters Tour, riding a roller coaster of successes and failures over the past several years. His dream is to one day play the PGA Tour. His wife Laura travels with him and also serves as his caddy, any way to cut costs on the road.
We've been married about 2 years now, a little over 2 years, and she is an English teacher, 8th grade English teacher in Pensacola, and so the summertime she can travel with me.
The pressure to make cuts and cover expenses is always on their minds. It's a tough way to live.
It can definitely be a stressful lifestyle, especially when you have a wife and we're just trying to find the right timing of when to have kids, and it can definitely be stressful and hard at times. When you're playing well, it's not very hard. It's fun. You got money coming in the bank, and life is definitely a lot easier. But when you're playing bad, it's very tough on both of us, and it's very stressful.
For Nick, the idea of traveling with his wife was an easy decision. They can share everything. And having her as his caddy was just a logical idea, one that caught Laura just a little too unprepared to handle.
My dad doesn't play, my brother doesn't play, I knew nothing, and during the first couple months that we were dating, he texted me and said, I was having a great day until I cracked my driver's head. And I was like, my first vision was, oh no, somebody's head is bleeding. He's hit somebody in the head. And then I was like, oh wait, that's the golf club. And so, yeah, I've learned a lot since then.
Ben Briscoe, Old Colwyn, Wales.
Ben Briscoe is one of many foreign-born players on the Hooters Tour. He, like Nick, is a veteran who has experienced ups and downs while out on tour.
My first year, I didn't play very well, so obviously money goes quick when you're not playing well out here because your expenses are pretty high, really. Fortunately, the last 2-3 years, I played well, so I've been able to support myself, which has been nice.
Ben travels alone, even carries his own bag. Everyone here is very aware of spending money. The Hooters Tour arranges housing when possible with member families of the hosting club. It's a little like a student exchange, and it works well for both player and family.
That is a word.
Yeah.
We like to help them out because we know one day we're going to read that they really are successful. So whatever we can do to help them.
The evening rarely ends for these guys with a game of Scrabble, though. The average age of the player on tour is 26, and with that comes some need to air it out.
Softly hit it in there.
Just about any night on the road, we'll find a group of guys and caddies out having a good time. Most are single, and chasing a good time is what these guys like to do. The long drives, fast food, and small purses aren't what keep these guys going. Their friends and families laugh and look at them as living a glamorous life.
Yeah, I go home, my friends, most of them work day-to-day jobs, 9 to 5, and every now and again you cash a big check and they see that, but they don't realize you know, the winter months where you don't work, and there's a long spell there where you're not cashing many checks, and yeah, they can add up.
Michael Welch, Quincy, Massachusetts.
Michael Welch is in his third year on the Hooters tour. Like the others, he has experienced just enough success to keep coming back for more. He travels with his old college teammate, Adam Carlucci, who serves as his friend, caddy, and occasional masseuse. During the second round, Michael had trouble working a kink out of his back. Adam to the rescue. It takes about $1,500 to $2,000 a week to play on the Hooters tour. That covers an entry fee and travel expenses.
The tour's awesome. They try to set it up as much like a PGA Tour event as possible, which I think they do a really good job at. And the guys who run the tournaments are just like the nicest guys in the world.
To a player, the Hooters tour is a great way to get your feet wet for the bigger tours, Nationwide and PGA. Every player sounds the same.
I would like to be there tomorrow.
The week in Houston just got wetter and hotter. A weak tropical depression sets up shop over southeast Texas and drowns out the first round. Players scramble to find ways to kill time, and it comes down to sleeping and playing cards. The brotherhood of this tour's golfers comes out fully on days like this. Whether it's hanging out on the course or taking in a movie and a ride around town, the key is to stay busy, somehow. The tournament is now going to squeeze 72 holes in 72 hours. The heat, humidity, and Michael Welch's stiff back are too much for this New England native to overcome. Despite a good opening round, Michael blows up on his second 18 and misses the cut by a couple of strokes.
I missed the cut, didn't play very good. It's not really many positives I can really take out of this week.
Things aren't faring any better on the weekend for our Welshman, Ben Briscoe. Despite an opening round 70, Ben can't make a putt in the second round and misses the cut by 2. He takes it for what it is, another disappointing and expensive weekend.
Right, I'm out. I'm going home, rest, shower, change. Decide what I'm going to do for the rest of my life.
The sun shines, however, on Nick Rousey. With his wife Laura on the bag, Nick heads into the final round tied for second. A closing 74 keeps him from moving up, and he settles for 4th. A solid showing that leaves this Pensacola native $8,000 on the plus side for the week. Heading to the next tour stop just down the road in Victoria, Texas, Nick and Laura realize that life on the tour isn't so bad. They're chasing a dream with their little dog Bear and each other for company. Another hotel room, another cut, and hopefully a chance to make the big time.